video clip, and it's Saturday 11th of June. Looking here at a chart of gold. Things are quite simple when things go the right way. We've basically got the low here, 1200, exactly where you expect it to be already. That looks like 1, maybe a 2 to there, then a 1, 2. It's like a third in progress. So if that's correct, we're going to see small blips and bigger rallies. 1300 is a key level, obviously that was where the peak came in. I think it might just thrust through there. I just mentioned the 1250 level, that's roughly a 50% retracement of the decline down from 1300 to 1200. You notice it did prove resistance, little blip down, nice ABC form, then off we went again. I'm using extreme stop here, so I've got an extreme stop above this current high level. If I see an alternative entry, then I'll let you know. Let me know how you're doing on gold. I'm hoping you're doing well. I mean, my account certainly is benefiting rather nicely from this thrust up. As I mentioned, I've also got gold stocks, gold coins, ETFs, etc., etc. I think gold is going to well do us proud. That's my expectation. So let's hope it does. Right, silver. I haven't been as active as on silver. I have got a small spread betting position. I've got a few stocks, Silver Wheaton, for example. One ETF, I think, although it's about IG. Anyway, ABC here, B, C down to 15.8. Again, the 80s are quite important, as I mentioned a few times. Looks like a 1, 2, 3, not necessarily over yet. So 4, 5. Similar pattern, really. I'm expecting it to thrust ahead. At some point, we're going to see a bigger correction. I'll treat that as a buying opportunity. Again, extreme stop is useful here. I haven't got one in place yet, but I may well put one in place above there. Looking good. Right, euro dollar is linked to gold, obviously, as gold is priced in dollars. We had this big fall in the euro, followed by a strong rally, which encouraged gold to go up. However, this blip down doesn't seem to be affecting it too much. Overall, I still see an A, B, C here with a flat correction taking us above around 1.17. If we see more upside, then there'll be resistance around 118 to 1.2. So overall, I expect euro dollar to increase over the next coming weeks, months. But whilst this correction remains a correction, i.e. we see a thrust up stronger, that would be something completely different. But right now, it's looking like we're seeing corrective action following a sharp fall, and that may well continue given the dire state of the EU in terms of trade, etc. That would be no particular surprise, I don't think. Alright, FTSE looking a bit dire now. We've seen this big A, B, C. We've seen a corrective ABC. Now we seem to be seeing new impulsive action coming in. Break below support levels here, break below 6,000. We'll suggest a retest down to 5.5 and possibly a sharp decline coming in. Let's have a look at more detail. Right, it's hard to count this initial leg here, but we have seen, but we could count as a 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, 4, then this sort of fifth wave thing. It's also something of an expanding diagonal. Link those up, you get that sort of pattern. So it could be some huge triangle, I suppose. But certainly it's failing, well, failed very, very strongly. This looks pretty impulsive. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Break below here could see sharp action. I mean, we've got expiry week next week. Normally such things come in after expiry. But not looking good. Say 6,000 breaks, we could see some pretty sharp action on FTSE. Alright, similar action on the DAX. We've got this ABC. And we've got the, looks like a corrective ABC to there. And now we've got a possible 1, 2. It could be a 3. I mean, it could be an ABC 2. I mean, the support is around 9 to 5 thereabouts. So if we see a bounce from there, then it could just be a shakeout. So that's to be watched out for. The calls I sold on the DAX doing well now. That's going well. I did have to hedge once, but because I moved my stops up on the hedge, I tend to make a profit on the hedge. Not much, but it covers the costs, which is the key thing. The big worry with selling options is the attrition caused by hedging. If you can turn that into a profit centre, then it's all to the good. Doesn't always work that way, of course, but it has on this occasion. Let's go down a leg. Right, on the DAX, we've got this impulsive looking decline, followed by an A, B, C. This looks a bit corrective. I mean, you could count it as an irregular ABC, but pretty pushing it a bit. So that's an A, B, C, which is the best count. That would be a B, this would be a C wave coming in. That supports the view that we might well find support around here. And we're going to see the markets bounce from that point. Open mind, really. I mean, I did close a few of my VIX positions. I plan to roll those over before Wednesday. I think the rollover date is the 15th. Don't want to end up in the July contract. I'd rather switch to August, because you just end up paying two lots of rollover fees rather than just one lot. When I say rollover fees, you have this price differential, which is a problem. Anyway, two minds about it. I mean, I think markets are due a big collapse. I did think that we'd be seeing it later this year. Now we have the sell-off coming in, so anything's possible. Clearly, we've got strong support around here. That looks pretty vulnerable. So right now, I think it's quite possibly a summer shakeout with support around here. But I may well be shorting the market if we see something worthwhile on Monday. I'll let you know if I see that. Right, the Dow remains quite strong. I mentioned these three spikes several times now, and they remain intact for now. Market starts blipping below that level there, around 17,680 next week. That would be a worry, but we're nowhere near that at the moment. This is only an ABC right now, so Dow looks strongish. This looks like we still need another leg up. So that's one other indication. Alright, finally a quick look at China. Basically, we've still got this A, looks like a B, looks like a C coming in, so that still looks pretty encouraging. Any retest of 3,000 that fails, i.e. we don't break 3,000, support just below there, would suggest a bounce up to there at the least. Okay, I found that interesting and useful. Back to the report on Tuesday morning for subscribers. When I mentioned alerting people about what I might be doing, that does of course apply to subscribers only. Have a great weekend, thanks for listening, and bye for now.